bone. I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clone. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially to the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by SZN and Lurkin. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline, and that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down and 4, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now.
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams, the spark that often wins games.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On play action, they'll throw. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown ground.
And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last...
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Does the big boy have the juice? And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you are inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic, and as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And they'll go again with ETN.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Neville Gallimore on the stop.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Ready, set.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 1. He finds McCoy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's go. Right.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk. Why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots. and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On 2nd and a yard, Lawrence. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run over center with Smallwood. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, Lawrence steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. When they had the big halftime lead, their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready. 1, 10. Hey, computer. Red, yellow. Red.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now this time he'll look to throw. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Cowboys! From 13 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Hey, box up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence forced out to his left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
52 blaster. Ball red.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on, set. Shot, 17. Real green. Blue striker. Okay.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And now here's another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Taking it about the 1.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point try now for Venvik. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 40 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground, but every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On for the point after, Corey Vedvik. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Let's go, get set. Start.
And they will take a knee here. As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.